Welcome to Get and Keep Biz, a video learning series. My name's Tim McMahon, and I will be your host and teacher. This marketing course that we're about to embark on is about creating, capturing, and sustaining value. That's the basic thing that you'll hear several hundred times as you proceed through the course. That's the marketer's task, to bring this to life in the marketplace. What follows is our roadmap. It'll outline the process that we follow to gain competitive advantage in basically, essentially, getting and keeping customers, the purpose of a business. The goal of marketing? Simple. Create, capture, and sustain value. We see three sequences here. Over on the far left, a customer environment, and on the far right, a customer to business. Kind of covers the gamut. All these marketing lessons you'll learn here will apply to all environments. So here's the roadmap for our journey to get and keep our customers. First of all, we will begin with this very fancy looking schematic and a timetable. Classes on the left, schematic on the right. Generally, we break it up into four areas: analysis, STP, marketing mix, and get and keep. Let me explain those a little bit more thoroughly. So we break these four down because this is essentially what we consider to be the marketing scheme that we are going to follow to create a principle of differential advantage. What does that mean? It's the competitive advantage gained by offering the customer something they value but can't get elsewhere. Pretty simple. Let's begin here with the elements of analysis. Now, on your far left there, the journey with the box analysis working all the way to the bottom as the destination. That'll be our little graphic guide for this presentation so that we cover each one of those elements in that first box, beginning with analysis. The elements of analysis begin with company, customer, and collaborator and complementer. Easy for me to say. Okay. What does your firm do better than anyone else? A very critical question when it comes to your company. What needs does the firm seek to satisfy? What's the customer want? That's the real question we're asking. The collaborator is that firm that will be a partner of ours who will add value, and we have to know how exactly. Finally, a complementer is an independent organization who can affect the firm's sales, and we need to be keenly aware of what that means. Now, there's two other forces: the context, which is the cultural, technological, legal factors that most often limit possibilities, and then the big one, competition. Who competes with the firm in serving customer needs? That lays out the analysis, the areas of analysis for us that we can now proceed to the next step, which is STP, or segmentation, targeting, and positioning. We see this little pie chart here. Those would be the graphical segments in the marketplace. We want to choose one of those. Here's our little pie, whatever that happens to be. We've done some analysis. We've come up with an idea. This is the actual target market we want to serve. And that becomes a very important challenge. That's called positioning. How are we going to find a way to put our business, our product, our service in the mind of the consumer? That's what it's all about, always focusing on the consumer and what the consumer might want. We then use, once we've determined that strategy and that scheme, we will move to something called the marketing mix. The marketing mix is how we're going to execute that. Basically in these areas: product, brand, go-to-market, IMC, or marketing communications, and optimal pricing. Some call this the 4 Ps. Yes, I know there's more than 4 things there, but the old school way was product, price, place, and promotion. Today we add the term marketing mix because it more clearly explains what we're attempting to do. We're attempting to create value, execute our strategy, and then we're attempting to capture value through pricing. You can always sell something if the price is low enough, but it may not necessarily mean that you're getting rewarded for the hard work you've done to create unique value the customer wants. So that's why we kind of move to this scheme that we're running through here. And the next step, once you've actually executed your marketing mix, is how are we going to get and keep customers? How are we going to sustain value? Get it? So we've moved through 3 steps now, and now we're on to sustain value. And essentially, we're trying to get, if we in fact do have a sales and sales management group in our firm, sometimes we don't, we will use and talk to you about how to make those folks emissaries and early warning signals for us to understand how we are getting and keeping customers. Secondly, we'll use something called customer relationship management, a very sophisticated, automated piece of software that allows us to manage relationships with our customers. And finally, something called loyalty, Net Promoter Score, and LTV, which is the lifetime value of customers. 2 concepts that help us kind of put into the scheme exactly how do we measure whether or not we're doing well with people, and how can we decide if we're moving off or on course and staying on course, or whether or not we are actually extracting the kind of value we hope to extract over the course of time. There it is, analysis, STP, marketing mix, get and keep. That's called the marketing concept. The firm's long-term success is contingent upon a company-wide effort. It means everybody, not just the marketing department, deliver what the target customer values and can't get elsewhere. Very important statement. There it is in our scheme, with analysis beginning the first step, the most important one, leading to a strategy, an idea how we're going to go about our business, and then how we're going to execute that. The creating of value through the STP, the marketing mix, and then how are we going to capture it? And capturing it becomes that pricing element that says, we are getting optimal price for our product. And then finally, we move to getting and keeping customers, which is sustaining value. So on the left, creating value, capturing value, sustaining value, kind of the holy grail of our marketing efforts. There it is in a nutshell, the timetable on the left with 8 classes and the schematic on the right with what we're going to attempt to do: analysis, STP, marketing mix, and get and keep. Now, if I've repeated that several times, there's a reason for that, and that's the way we're going to try to run these little videos, make them fairly short, and yet compact and repetitive so that you'll walk away remembering some of the important things we need to talk about. Up next on our journey will be something we will call the marketing concept. Nice being with you. Back to you soon. Tim McMahon. Goodbye.